Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Mudiwa podcast. My name is Mudiwa, and today I have a surprise guest. We're talking of a young man who has done it all. I've seen fancy cars, fancy houses, good life. One of the most extravagant lifestyles that I've witnessed. And my question is, I reached out to him and I asked, how did you do it? Ladies and gentlemen, today with me here, I'm with Mr. Ethan Moyo. My brother, how are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for having me here. Yes, it's an honor.
It's an honor also this side. Mr. Ethan Moyo, who is Ethan Moyo?
I think firstly, Ethan is someone who uses what I call blue sky thinking. Blue sky thinking is an idea where no idea is too good to be true. So whenever I wake up in the morning, I just think blue sky thinking. If I'm thinking within the normal, then it's not me. So my identity is the abnormal. That's who I am. I'm not normal. I'm crazy.
I love that blue sky thinking. I'm actually learning one or two new things. Blue sky thinking. So you are operating in the realm of the abnormal.
Yes, that's it.
So you're trying to say that if your dream is not keeping you awake, it's not good enough.
It's not good enough. You have to be thinking as if you're not a human being.
I like that.
You must be crazy to get crazy results in life. That's it.
Okay, that's pretty good. So what exactly are you doing right now?
Okay, so I'm into a number of business interests, into mining, fuel, pure water, and investments as well. Wow. Yes.
Would you mind if you ask how old you are?
Okay. Well, I'm somewhere between 28 and 35. So you can guess it somewhere there.
The reason why I asked, you know what? The biggest motivation that we can then draw from it is this is a young man who is doing it right. So I need to understand something.
Yes.
What inspired your start?
Okay. I think it started when I was in South Africa. So, in fact, my first experience in business was I worked for a real estate company in South Africa.
Okay.
Where I got to understand negotiating skills and just the skill of having someone sell something or having you sell something to attract a buyer. And I saw that, wait a minute, why don't I use this skill that I'm learning here in my everyday life? I began to even, go through the experiences of even finding out that, wait, a real businessman is one who can actually sell an apple at any price. What matters is the way that he makes you believe that this apple is worth that price. So for me, it was a game. I wanted to learn the game and to play the game.
Okay.
Because I enjoy games. So life is a game to me. So just to understand the game, play the game is what motivated me to start.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. And how did you get to where you are now? Are there a few things that you can actually say, you know what, I did this, one or two things, this like, because you did mention that you're into mining.
Yes.
You did mention that you're also into pure water.
Yes.
You did mention that, are you into pharmaceuticals?
Yes, as well, yes.
You mentioned a lot of things.
Yes.
I definitely can't keep up.
Yes.
But the honest truth is, but how did you acquire all this? How did you get to that place?
I think the art of being humble, humility. I think, the closer you are to the knees, the higher you rise.
Hey.
So it's
wait,
really...
wait. The closer you are to the knees, the higher you rise.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes, that's it.
I like that.
So for me to remain stable, great men remain stable for as long as their knees are on the ground. So I got to understand that art, that wherever I go, I must be ready to learn from anyone, whether you're rich or poor. I'm always willing to learn from anyone. There's something that a poor man can also teach me. He can teach me the reason why he's poor. So I got to develop the mindset of, let me be humble. To learn everywhere I go, I must catch something. And, that motivated me and brought me to where I am today. And I believe I'm going far because I'm still learning. 100%.
So despite all this that you've achieved in life,
you
still feel you're still learning?
100%. I feel like this is just the start. I think 10%. I believe my possibilities are as vast as God himself. So for as long as I'm still alive, it's another chance to do something big and to go higher. Definitely.
Thank you very much. And as far as challenges are concerned, what were your biggest challenges getting to where you are? What really would you say, you know what, I had a bad time around this period, and it's because of this and that. What were the challenges?
The main thing is age. There's certain rooms that you can't walk in, or that when you walk in, you're despised because of your age. And I've seen that it's also the same thing that many young people are facing, that they've got real tangible things that they want to do, but they can't step into a certain office because they get there already. We don't give you attention because you're young. So because I think the older generation believes on results. So the million you're talking about, they'll give you attention when you have it. But when you don't have it, they won't give you attention. You see, so that's one thing that I believe, not just me alone, but maybe someone who's watching is also facing right now, that you know what you want to do is real and tangible, but you can't get someone to hear you because they think you're too young and they despise you. So when we have platforms like this where we empower even young people watching, it gives them a drive. Yeah.
You know, I like it. I hope you guys are actually getting what he's saying. He's saying that regardless of your idea being so good, sometimes they overlook it because of your age. Are we together? So you mean there are some rooms that are actually result oriented.
Yes.
But yet you have ideas that can actually bring you the same result.
That's true.
But they're not giving you an opportunity to understand them. Okay? I do understand.
That's it.
What factors do you believe have contributed most to your success?
I think really is being hungry for more, if I should say.
Remaining hungry.
Yeah, remaining hungry for more, and never being full with where I am. I think there's a difference between being full and being grateful. When one remains hungry, it's not that they're not grateful because of where they are in life, but they can see that I have more, or the ability to do more in my life. And for me, that's key. That whenever I wake up, I'm still hungry. What I have is just an illusion. Money can come and go. But the bigger thing is what I should have should change lives. And if I've not changed lives, then I'm still small.
So I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
We know this guy called Elon Musk.
Okay, yes.
He's got Tesla.
Yes, 100%.
And he went on to buy Twitter and he changed it to X.
Yes.
So you are saying that this guy could have sat down and said, you know what, I'm content with what I have. But he remained hungry to achieve more things.
Yeah, that's
so you are saying that don't linger too long at the table of success.
That's it.
The only way to get higher or to achieve more things is to remain hungry.
Remain hungry, yeah. I think when you remain hungry, you remain with potential. When you fully know a man, that's how when a man becomes small. So remain with potential. People don't know where you're going now. People, you're not predictable. That's when you remain with power. If I can predict you, then you're weak.
That's pretty good. So what advice would you give somebody who wants to start a business? He's young. You mentioned about a few challenges that you've been through.
Yes.
What advice would you give somebody who is going through
that persistence breaks?
They want to start a business.
Yes. That persistence breaks resistance. So in every area you will face some contention, but you have to really believe in yourself, and you can't expect the world to believe in you. If you have something within you, you need to be crazy about it, and by all means follow it, no matter how hard things get. So if you speak of the art of not giving up, it's a real thing. Because some people give up, and many dreams, they say the graveyard is the richest place because many have died with potential. So you should make sure that look at life as a calling. I'm called to do something, and I must fulfill this thing before I die. The fact that I'm still alive is a sign that there's something that I've not done in society. And that's exactly one thing that young people should know, that you need to get up and start now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Time is moving. We don't have time. Even if you are 16, you are 18, 20, you are actually behind time. Start now. That's it.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much. Maybe, have you ever made the mistake in your life as far as business is concerned, and how did you overcome it? Like, how did you get through around it?
I think the mistake that I've made in my life was really being in a certain room where I was the only one on top. In other words, only those that were learning with those who were below me.
Wow.
Instead of being in a room where I'm the one who's quiet, I'm the one who's listening. So I've spent many years of my life being in rooms where I am the main guy. I'm the one who's teaching people. I'm the one, but yet, if I teach people, I'm emptying myself, but who is feeling me? So that's one mistake that I made, that young people should know, that if you really want to chase for greatness, don't be in rooms where you are the main guy. Be in the room where you are the one who's learning, and that's how you remain rising.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Do you believe in mentorship?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Who has been the most significant impact
Okay.
on your career?
Okay.
Which model, which role model?
Okay.
Is there anybody you're actually looking up to?
Yes.
Somebody whom you are reporting to, being accountable to?
Yes.
Would you like to share?
Okay. I think one person that I love, based on his ideology and his teachings on businesses, His Excellency Ambassador Hubert Angel.
Okay.
Also His Excellency our President as well.
Oh,
I think I believe you learn someone by watching them, even if you're not really under their direct mentorship. I believe the fastest way to learn is to watch. So when I watch and I see how they handle, whether it's business or, communities, whatever it is, it gives me a drive, and I learn a lot from that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as far as Zimbabwe is concerned,
Yes.
how are you seeing the Zimbabwean market or industry evolving, given what we're experiencing now?
Yes.
Where do you see us in the next 5 years?
Okay, to be honest, each and every country faces trials. But one thing that I want us to see, that maybe you can help me to see, in Zimbabwe now, where we are right now, we are seeing the highest number of millionaires we've ever seen in this country, in this year.
Yeah.
Whether be it people making it success, cars, the things we're seeing in this country have never been seen before. We're seeing it now, which means there's something that's happening that people must understand. Many people are complaining there's no jobs, there's no money, but someone else is having that money that we are seeing.
Yes.
Yeah, and it means that there is something and systems that are being placed within this country that actually promote empowerment. But young people just don't understand that you just have to look for it and then you find it. These things are in our eyes everywhere. I saw the investor-friendly reforms that are there that even allow for 0% capital gains tax, a tax, holiday for investors, 5%, things that people don't know. So investors, they come in, they see this thing, they're seeing a country that is viable for investment, but yet us here, we're not seeing it. So
Wow.
I think it's the best Zimbabwe we've ever seen, ever, that we are living in right now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moyo.
Yes.
Now that you're here, Mr. Moyo, I just want to probably understand, what are your short-term goals and your long-term goals as of now? At least we have you here.
Yes,
Probably
yes,
you can share with us, say, in the next 2 or 3 years,
Yes.
these are my short-term goals.
Okay.
Long-term goals in the next 5 years, 7 years or so. Because you mentioned mining, you mentioned pure water.
Yes.
You also into pharmaceuticals.
Yes.
You said you're also into fuel.
Yes.
So I want to understand, are you looking to expand the business into, are you into real estate?
No, not yet.
Are you?
Yes.
What are your short-term goals and your future-term goals? Yes.
My long-term goals are basically on building myself more financially. So
Okay.
that involves the business side, expanding into other countries, of course, whether it's within the pharmaceuticals, diversifying and increasing our product range. If it's fuel, of course, entering other markets, of course.
Yes.
Same thing with the mining, of course, entering other countries. Those are the short-term goals. But the long-term goals involve changing the lives of people, not really myself. So I believe my short-term is to put me on top and hold the light. Then my long-term is to shine that light down so other people may walk through the path as well. By that, I'm trying to say my long-term goals involve in establishing institutions that are there to not just give knowledge or give finance to people, but to show people the way. So I do have a plan on actually opening a university.
Wow.
Where we are
Wow.
strictly, you apply. I want those who are rejected by universities, those without qualifications. Those are the ones that I'm looking for. That I want to show you that, come, let's see, you're rejected there, come here. We build something, we train you, we help you, and then we let you go out into the world, and we can see what life can make out of you.
You know, when you mentioned those who were rejected, I was actually doing a research and I actually figured that the education system is a bit flawed. Please forgive me. I'm just being honest here. It's a bit flawed. In most instances, it tests memory, not intelligence. That's how you realize that most intelligent people who had first classes are probably working for those who were not the so brilliant according to academic standards. Are we together?
That's true.
So, would you expand a little on how you view or your opinion on education versus success?
Okay.
Does it mean the more learned you are, is it a guarantee that you're going to be successful? Or there are some things that we have to do in order to be successful. Education is not enough. What's your take?
I think on that one, we have to understand the difference between being educated and being learned. Being learned is being skillful in your calling.
Okay.
Being educated comes from the word educate, which means to be imparted. So Ronaldo, when he was learning English, he was being educated. Or learning maths, he was being educated. But when he went to the field, he was being learned. So many people mistake the two. So being educated will not take you far, but being learned might also take you far, if it makes sense.
Okay.
So you are learned in what you're born to do. So the trick is to identify what am I meant to do in this life and be skillful in that. That's being learned. But education, when you're just thrown information at, that does not guarantee you success.
Okay. So in situations where we are faced with so many graduates who are unemployed, what's your advice to them? Are they supposed to continue looking for jobs, or they need to come out of that box and start something?
Okay, I think one tip or one way of that, one way that I understand education. Education is like wearing a suit to an event. You look presentable. So when I come here and I give you my degree, it's like I'm wearing a suit. So it's tied to a certain place where when they ask you that come here and then you show them your degrees, you might be favored based on that. But it's not everywhere where wearing a suit gives you money. There are people wearing shorts and slippers and they're still getting money. So it's understanding that you need to do something. Don't depend on your education, but depend on what God has put within you. So a part of, or in addition to you being educated, do you know who you are? Who are you in this life? If you don't know that, the education will just remain as a paper. Yeah, so don't wait for, if there are no jobs, don't then get stuck in life thinking that there's nothing going on. For as long as you still have something within you, identify that thing and run with it. The education will then give you the results, as wearing a suit will make you presentable somewhere in life. And that's it.
Oh, thank you very much. And maybe before we close, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've learned a lot from Mr. Ethan Moyo, who is here. Maybe before we close, I wanted to ask Mr. Moyo, what few words can you give to one or two people who are here, who are saying, say, I've been following you for a very long time.
Yes.
One, I'm not anywhere near educated, but I still have a vision, I have a dream. What is it that you can tell me so at least I can change my mindset and go for it? Maybe, probably briefly.
Okay.
What else can you tell me? Can you tell one or two people who are watching you right now on this show something that can help them? They also want to live the good life. You mentioned about millionaires who are here. Most of them, get me right, are not as learned.
That's true.
So
That's
what is it that I'm supposed to do to also partake of that same slice that others are actually having?
I've come to study the trait on, there's something about everyone who's making it. They say success leaves clues behind. And what I've seen, a common trait in everyone and all of them, is that there's a certain energy that they have and self-confidence that they have that goes above just normal living. A rich person can tell you that me, I'll never be broke. Yet it's not even an act of faith, but that energy alone drives them. So before we go far, have that energy within you that, look, I will make it. I can never fall. It sounds like it's pride, but you're boosting yourself to a certain level of energy that attracts money and attracts success. And that can be done for free. I go behind a mirror every morning. I tell myself, I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'll keep saying it until even my own life begins to change. It starts off with the changing of the old bed sheet at home to be a new one, that this thing is working. So you start from there and you begin to see results as you grow. Yeah.
Wow. You know what? I myself also was actually learning from what Mr. Ethan Moyo was sharing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you really want to learn and become a transformed person, this is the place to be. Look, the vast knowledge that we have actually been downloading from Mr. Ethan Moyo is something that people are paying, are we together, for conferences, during conferences or seminars, but here we are getting it for free. You know, Mr.
Yes.
Boy, I'm very honored and humbled to have you come here, share. Oh, by the way, he did not make us pay anything
That's
for
true.
him to share all this knowledge with us. So we are grateful and thank you very much for coming here. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, this is Mudiwa Wood on Mudiwa Wood Podcast. Provoke, inspire, motivate.
Usanditarise nedziso reruvengo ini ndaita mari